Welcome to CottonByte, the video you just saw at the beginning. That's exactly what we're diving into today, and it was entirely generated by the LTX 2.3 large model. Released and open-sourced by Lightricks just this March 2026, LTX 2.3 is a foundational model for synchronized audio and video generation. It supports text-to-video, image-to-video, and audio-driven video. It can hit up to 4K resolution, max out at 20 seconds, and boasts incredible audio-visual sync and detail. Plus, you can run it locally. It's easily one of the most powerful open-source video models out there right now. Today's video is split into three parts. First, the basic theory. Second, text-to-video and single image-to-video. And third, multi-image to video, using 2 or 3 images. The best part? It's still open source, which is exactly why so many creators love it. So what exactly got upgraded in LTX 2.3? First off, a massive boost in the quality of 9:16 vertical videos. Since we all consume content on our phones, this makes it super friendly for mobile formats. Second, the visuals are sharper. The lip syncing for dialogue is way more accurate, and the soundtracks and sound effects just sound better. Third, it understands your prompts much better, no matter how complex they get. And fourth, text rendering inside the video is spot on. If you want to generate a video with a specific logo, it can actually spell the letters correctly on screen. Now, let's jump into the text-to-video and image-to-video section. We're going to open up RunningHub, the web platform I use all the time, to test it out. After I finish recording, I'll upload all the workflows used in this video to the site and drop the link in the description below. Feel free to try it out and download it, and hey, if you sign up using my link, you'll get 1,000 free credits. The whole workflow might look a bit intimidating, but you actually only need to tweak a few settings. First, take a look at this switch node here. Turning it on means text-to-video, and off means image-to-video. As you can see, it's currently on, so we're in text-to-video mode. All we need to focus on right now is the prompt. I've written a long paragraph here describing the dynamic movements of a female cyborg. I sketched a female warrior in a mech suit, holding a glowing energy orb and standing in the ruins, looking around nervously. But notice I haven't referenced the image on the left for this one. Here, the duration actually refers to the total number of frames in the video. Right now, our frame rate is set to 24 frames per second, FPS. So we use a simple formula: total frames equals 24 times number of seconds plus 1. Since I want to generate an 8-second video, plugging that into the formula gives us 8 times 24 plus 1 equals 193. Setting it to 193 is generally perfect for videos under 10 seconds. Of course, if your GPU has enough VRAM, you can push it to try 15 or even 20 seconds. For the rest of the parameters, just leave them at their default settings. Run, hit, wait a few minutes, and boom, you've got yourself a pretty awesome looking video. At this point, you might have noticed that the prompts I write are pretty complex. That's because the LTX 2.3 model is extremely strict about how you prompt it. For the best video results, your prompt needs to hit the following points. Camera framing. It's best to use actual cinematography terms to describe the style you want. Atmosphere. Describe the lighting, color grading, and the emotional vibe you're going for. Action. Write out the character's movements in chronological order, keeping it as natural and fluid as possible. Camera movement. Be clear about when the shot changes and what state the character is in after the camera moves. Audio. Use clear text to describe the ambient sound, the musical score, and the character's dialogue. For dialogue, make sure to put the spoken lines inside quotation marks and explicitly state whether you want the character to speak in Chinese, English, or any other language, along with their specific accent. Now, I know I just threw a lot at you and your head is probably spinning right now. But don't worry. Next, I'm going to show you how to use various large language models, LLMs, right inside Comfy UI to write these LTX 2.3 prompts for you. So let me proudly introduce my newly integrated LLM workflow. Looks even more complicated now, right? But actually, I've just added a few modules to completely streamline the process. Let's break it down step by step. At first glance, the whole thing looks like a maze, but simply put, the left side is your input area, the middle is for reasoning and the models, and the far right is your output area. So, we really only need to understand what to input and how the logic works. First, everything we need to tweak is over on the far left. Just like the previous workflow, you click this switch to choose between text-to-video and image-to-video. But pay attention here. If you set it to true, meaning text to video, you must write something in the prompt box. If you're in image to video mode, you can actually leave it blank. The LLM will automatically analyze the image you uploaded and figure it out. Next up are a bunch of parameters. You need to fill in the width and height, which dictates your video's resolution. Keep in mind, both numbers must be multiples of 32. So if you want a width of 1920, the height needs to be 1088. Because standard 1080 doesn't divide evenly by 32. I highly recommend the 1920 width. The video quality looks absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, my local GPU can't quite handle that, which is exactly why I use RunningHub. It gives me access to cloud-based 48GB VRAM, anytime, anywhere. I've also built that frame calculation formula right into the duration node here, so it does the math for you automatically. Super convenient. Now moving over here, this is our LLM section. I've set up a collection of different language models here, and I even added Qwen 3.5, which literally just dropped this month. It's split into two main modules. In the RunningHub LLM API Pro node, you have access to Gemini, Deepseek, and Dubao. If you use Gemini as the model here, if you exceed the limit, it may deduct funds from your wallet balance. You can choose open source LLM models to be safe. Of course, you can also select Qwen 3.5. I've already hard-coded the strict LTX 2.3 prompting rules into their system prompts, so the LLM will take your short, simple idea and automatically expand it into a perfect prompt. But here is a crucial warning. You only need to use one of these two modules. If you turn on the multi-model LLM node, bypass Qwen 3.5. If you turn on Qwen 3.5, bypass the one above it. If you run both at the same time, the generated prompts might conflict, and LTX 2.3 won't know whether to go left or right. Finally, we have a fallback area over here. Once that's all set, just hit run. Let's take a look at some results that didn't make it into the final cut. Awesome, right? I'm going to try and turn this specific part into a standalone AI app and upload it, so beginners who are just getting into AI can easily give it a shot. Moving on to the final section, multi-image to video. I'll upload the two-image workflow to RunningHub, but right here I want to focus heavily on the start, mid, end frame generation. First, you'll notice the overall workflow looks almost identical to the single image to video one. You just handle all your inputs on the left side. Zooming in, you'll see I've set up the same two LLM auto-prompting modules, except there are a few more bypass control nodes on the left. Not only do they control which LLM you're using, but you can also click middle frame and middle image preprocess to effectively turn off the middle image. Oh, and you also need to disconnect the wire going into image 2 on this LTX image to video in place KJ node. Doing that instantly converts your start, mid, end workflow into a simple start, end workflow. Personally, I find having one multi-purpose workflow much more convenient. The usage, duration, and resolution settings are exactly the same as before, so I won't bore you by repeating myself. But I do want to take a moment in this section to talk about what happens when you use a much larger model, like Qwen 3.5 27B for complex references. Here, I've selected a 24B model, which requires roughly 24 GB of VRAM or more to run this video generation. I'll just show you my test results directly. The 27B model is much more creative and divergent. It gives the character much more complex movement trajectories and actions. But because it has so many ideas, you have to write your prompts much more precisely to keep it under control. On the flip side, the 9B model keeps things simple and sticks closely to generating based on the images. They both have their pros and cons, so just use whichever fits your needs. I will say though, when generating really fast actions, character consistency can still take a hit. For example, in this shot with a quick dodge and a spinning jump, our short-haired heroine suddenly grew long hair mid-air. But hey, honestly, this is still a massive leap forward compared to when the LTX model first launched. Let's do a quick recap to wrap things up. First, the LTX 2.3 foundational model is open source, and both the visual quality and the audio sync it generates are fantastic. Second, using Qwen 3.5 or whichever LLM you prefer to write your prompts makes hitting those strict LTX 2.3 formatting rules incredibly easy and efficient. Third, the character consistency issues that people used to complain about have seen significant improvements. Yes, there are still occasional hiccups, but we can easily mask them by prompting for slower, more deliberate movements to get great results. As an open-source video model, it's already an absolute beast. It just went open source this month, so the room for growth is huge. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, save it, and show some support. This is CottonByte, and I'll see you in the next video where I'll be sharing even more advanced ways to use LTX 2.3.